Now to the inundation in Mumbai, and breaking news coming in from Maximum City. A monorail train was stuck on the line near the Mysore Colony station in Mumbai due to power supply issues, prompting the rescue of passengers. Vasudha, this of course news that's just coming in.
That's right, Veer. As per the MMRDA, one monorail train near Mysore Colony Station has experienced a minor power supply issue. Our operations and maintenance teams are ready on site and working quickly to resolve it. That's what the statement says.
That's right. For now, services between Wadala and Chembur were stuck, but our continuing focus on the inundation in Mumbai affecting several parts of Maximum City. While nothing can bring Mumbai to a standstill, Vasudha, heavy and continuous rainfall has once again paralyzed life in several parts of the city, leaving many areas and homes severely waterlogged and affecting, as we just mentioned, train and as well flight operations.
That's right, Veera. In fact, the next 48 hours are going to be extremely critical. Schools and colleges have shut down. Work from home advisory has been issued by several private offices. Some flights have been diverted and two key local train lines have also been affected. As is the case in coastal cities like Chennai and Mumbai, high tide period is a tough one. During such inundation, more rainfall predicted from Mumbai city, and that remains a concern.
That's right, Vasudha. There were some dramatic moments captured on camera as well of people stranded and stuck in the rainwaters at Powai. Several other places too have seen severe waterlogging.
That's right. NDTV has been on the ground reporting from different parts of the city. Let's take a look at some ground reports. But before that, let's also look at these visuals of this monorail that has gotten stuck due to power supply issues. And this has happened in Mysore Colony Station in Mumbai. And this is after the city suffered from incessant rainfall for 3 days in a row. In fact, Devendra Fadnavis, Chief Minister of Maharashtra, has already held a review meeting. The next 48 hours, Veera, are going to be extremely critical, is what we understand.
That's right. That's right. It's not a red alert. It was a red alert yesterday in terms of rains. There has been, ground reports say there has been a little bit of reprieve in terms of rain there. Vasudha, obviously one will be looking very, very closely at the rain situation there. Of course, there are predictions for more showers tomorrow and day after. But for the moment, a little respite there from the rain there in Mumbai. We'll try and go live across to our reporter on that monorail that's broken down at the Mysore Colony Station. As we just mentioned, Vasudha, monorail, of course, the authorities saying it's a minor power supply issue. Obviously, some of these trains, whether it's the metro or monorail, which run on power, do suspend services when there is extremely heavy rainfall and issues in terms of power supply comes into place. So this is another minor power supply issue according to the authorities. Of course, that train
right. Operations team and maintenance teams are already on site, is what we understand. They're working to resolve this. But now services between Wadala and Chembur are running smoothly on a single line. Radhika joins us with more details on this. Radhika, help us understand the reasons behind this monorail getting stuck and how was the situation of the rain, the monsoons in the city of Mumbai?
You know, at the moment, the situation is under control. It's not been raining over the last hour or so. It obviously was, the city was under red alert throughout the day, but for tomorrow, post 8:30 a.m., the alert has been converted to orange alert, but we'll really have to see how the situation unfolds in the next few hours. Remember, it had stopped raining last night as well, but it restarted sometime post midnight, so we'll have to see if it continues to rain post midnight as well. As far as the monorail situation is concerned, we've been seeing all kinds of delays as far as suburban trains are concerned. But monorail was functioning well until 6:15 p.m. When it broke down between Chembur and Bhakti Park stations. We believe that the BMC was contacted immediately and they responded promptly, is the statement they've given. The Mumbai Fire Brigade teams have also been rushed to the spot and they have begun rescue operations with the help of 3 snorkel vehicles. MMRDA, which operates monorail as well as Metro, has also issued a statement saying a monorail train near Mysore Colony Station has experienced a minor power supply issue and maintenance teams are on site and working to resolve it. For now, services between Wadala and Chembur are running smoothly on a single line and the normal services will be restored at the earliest. So that's the statement that has been issued by both monorail authorities, which is the MMRDA as well as the BMC. So at this point, it is stuck, but operations, in fact, rescue operations are undergoing. Repair work is undergoing, is what we are being told. But as I said, rain situation is slightly under control. Waterlogging to an extent has subsided throughout the city of Mumbai, but we really have to see how the next few hours will pan out and if the orange alert for tomorrow will get converted into red alert. For now, it's orange alert for the city of Mumbai. Post
Right. As we mentioned about that orange alert, Radhika, I know very, very sketchy details that you may have at the moment, but some passengers will be stuck inside a monorail. It would be, important to know how they would be taken out and how the rescue operation plays out, because in metro lines, you obviously have side parapet or walking pathways for passengers to walk safely to the nearest station. How does it work in the monorail would be something important to know at this stage.
That's right. In those visuals, you can see fire brigade officials are carrying out the operations, and this is an elevated monorail that we are talking about between Wadala and Chembur stations. We've been told by the BMC officials that 3 snorkel vehicles that may take or rescue the passengers from that elevated spot will be used. That's what we are being told. So snorkel vehicles in operation, and besides that, Mumbai Fire Brigade and multiple other civic officials as well as MMRD officials are at the spot. And as you rightly pointed out, yes, passengers are stuck inside. This happened close to 6:30 p.m. and passengers were the ones who contacted the BMC's helpline for assistance, which is when they deployed all the machinery at the spot. MMRDA says that it happened as a result of power supply issues, and operations and maintenance teams are on site. So operation maintenance teams also are working at this point. So we'll have to see how long it will take for the people to be rescued from there.
A lot of uncertainty there. Thank you, Radhika, for joining us with those details. Also, let's take a look at some ground reports that reporters across the city of Mumbai have sent since today morning.
I'm present here in Kranti Nagar, an important area in Kurla region, right next to the much talked about Mithi River, and this particular area has been mentioned several times since morning because of the severe waterlogging, that has been witnessed by the people here of Kranti Nagar for the last 5 to 6 hours. We know for a fact, because the Chief Minister of the state, Devendra Fadnavis, confirmed it to us a while back, that close to 300 to 400 people have been rehabilitated from this. Have been shifted from this place to the close by BMC schools by the NDRF and the SDRF officials. We've seen that the deployment of all of those people along with the BMC workers has been continuous here for the last 5 to 6 hours. They suggest that in the last few hours the level of the water here in this particular area has actually gone down, and even now it is still it's above my knees, but this is still better than what was the case earlier, is what they suggest. However, if the situation does not become any better, that is going to be a major challenge in front of the authorities. The major problem here is that it's right next to the Mithi River, and we've been talking about it since morning on how Mithi River, which was a trigger, during the 2005 mega floods that hit this city and took away lives of more than 1,000 people. Even the trigger for that particular flood was the rise in the level of Mithi River, and because this particular area where we are standing at the moment is right next to the Mithi River, that puts a lot of pressure on the administration to make sure that they put prompt actions and make sure that the people who need to be rescued from here are rescued as fast as possible. We also saw, that the traffic in some of the major areas across this particular area has also been diverted, especially in the BKC and Kurla region. And that has again posed another challenge in front of the traffic police officers, because a lot of roads which are on the lower lying areas, traffic from them has to be diverted to the main roads, leading to the traffic moving ahead very slowly and putting a lot of pressure on the other roads. As you can also see on my screen right now, these are some of the visuals that we are getting from the Kranti Nagar area, where houses, as I've been pointing it out earlier, are almost submerged halfway through. As I said earlier, close to 350 to 400 people have already been shifted or relocated to the close by BMC schools, and a lot will depend on the intensity of the rainfall going forward and whether the situation will become any better in this part of the city or not. with camera person Vishal Patel. This is Anuj Raite reporting for NDTV from Mumbai.
Well, you see those pictures there coming on your screens. Those are live pictures, Vasudha, of the rescue operation that's on in that monorail. You see, it's a little more complicated in a monorail than compared to a metro rail, which has 2 tracks and you have side parapets to walk about. In a monorail on an elevated corridor, perhaps the first such rescue operation, Vasudha, Mumbai's monorail would be experiencing at this stage. Obviously, they would have gone through several practice sessions for this as they planned it out. But there you see on your screens of that monorail rescue operation of taking all the passengers, getting them out to safety there, Vasudha. Those
That's
are
right, Veera. In fact, several police officers and rescue agencies have also reached the site, is what we understand. Rescue operations have begun. And Veera, like you mentioned, some of these passengers have been stranded, have been
there you see
stuck
people
there.
opening the...
Yeah.
No, you see people opening the windows as well, and now it's important for people there in that monorail to remain patient. Obviously, it's a little crowded at this time, one can see. So that results in a lot more anxiety there. They're obviously breathing out there. I mean, when you open
And they've
the
remained
windows,
stuck almost
obviously
for
get far more air.
over 1.5 hours. 90 minutes is what we understand. And Veera, this is a monorail that is on an elevated track in Washigaon area, and this is near Mysore colony in Mumbai. And this is even as several disruptions have been witnessed in the city of Mumbai. You can see the visuals there of a monorail getting stuck due to power issues is what we understand. That's what the MMRDA has said, which is the civic body, which is the body in charge of Metro. In fact, they have said that the Maha Mumbai Metro Operation Corporation has said that this train experienced a minor power supply issue, but operations and maintenance teams are already on site. They're working together to resolve this issue. But these passengers have been stuck there for over an hour, is what we understand.
Vasudha, when you're on a metro or on a monorail, I mean, as a regular metro user in Bengaluru, when it's extremely crowded, one does get really, really petrified of the possibility of being stuck in a monorail, in a compartment which is crowded. It is, it's going to be a tricky task for the authorities there to make sure that they get all the passengers out. Hopefully no one with claustrophobia there inside that train compartment. Those dramatic pictures that's coming in. We also have KJ Ramesh of the former Director General of the IMD also join us on the weather situation there. Mr. Ramesh, we wanted to talk to you about the weather, but we are playing out pictures now of this monorail that's stuck in Mumbai. Very briefly, give us an update on the weather situation. Obviously, in an operation of this nature, one just hopes that the weather remains clear till all the passengers are brought out to safety there.
Yeah, at least thank you very much for having me in the discussion today.